cheia de encanto e beleza, sempre formosa a sorrir, eu não vesti, sempre airosa.
Hello, and it's time for another vlog from DOCLISBOA. The legendary folk singer and counterculture veteran is the subject of this intimate and painful documentary, Joan Baez's I Am a Noise, which brings us to the brink of a terribly traumatic revelation which it can't quite bear to spell out.
I don't think anybody at a young age who gets famous has the slightest idea that it'll ever end. I've always said I wouldn't want to do a farewell tour because people who say that always come back. Maybe it'd be nice to celebrate 55 years of it.
Here she is, man, Miss Joan Baez.
I was the right voice at the right time. It just shot me in another whole stratosphere.
What does fame mean to you?
What fame actually is, I don't really know because I don't consider myself famous. I think there's a difference in being well-known and being famous.
If I could write my entire history, whether it has anything to do with facts, nobody will ever know.
The film follows Baez on her 2018 Fare Thee Well Goodbye tour and was evidently filmed over a number of years, long enough to include an interview with a sister, who has since died, and to show heartrending footage of Baez tending to her very elderly mother, who is now also gone. We see Joan storming it in venues all over the United States, with starry names coming backstage afterwards, like Bill and Hillary Clinton, basking in Joan's authentic protest prestige. It looks back at her sensational life and career at the head of America's protest culture and the anti-Vietnam War movement, and her relationship with Bob Dylan, with whom she was in love, but who broke her heart. Her voice, incidentally, is in very good shape at 79, more than we can say for Dylan's ashy growl. We hear about her family's Quakerism, the foundation of her social conscience, and her marriage to anti-war protester David Harris, who is imprisoned for avoiding the draft, leaving her pregnant. But throughout her sensational success and from her girlhood onward, Joan had stomachaches and panic attacks with psychotherapy since her teens. Why? The movie reveals a huge archive of her tape-recorded therapy sessions, as well as what appear to be tape-recorded letters addressed to her father, the scientist Albert Baez, talking about her recovered memories of abuse she suffered by those close to her. There is also a letter from her father who says plaintively that those recovered memories are not true. What memories exactly? We see the boxes and boxes of tapes, some of which must have made it clear, but the film only hints obliquely at what Joan is apparently talking about, and up to the closing credits and beyond, we can't be absolutely sure that we haven't misunderstood the obvious implication. In some ways, it's frustrating, yet in other ways, it's also a rather haunting demonstration of how painful memories and feelings can follow us into old age, sometimes without ever quite coming into focus. Finally, quickly, it was a great pleasure to see Viva V, Pierre-Henri Gibert's documentary about the great Agnès Varda.
Je t'ai menti, je savais très bien qui tu étais.
What emerges here, as ever, is the amazing energy and creativity of Varda, her restless curiosity and her status as someone who is part of the French New Wave, a little outside it, because it was a boys' club, but also perhaps because she was the very best of the New Wave. She surpassed it and stayed accessible and forward-thinking and relevant to successive generations of audiences, right up until the very end. That's it from me from DOCLISBOA. What a great festival, what a marvellous city. Please subscribe, and I'll see you back in London.